And you go from feeling like cool and sexy and working at SNL to being like the most unfuckable, just like uncreative human. Yeah, no, I was like raised by war criminals. I think I got this. I'm fine. I'll be honest with you. If I had any real home runs, I don't know if I'd be at Update right now.
Dana, have you ever heard me say this? Having my baby. Do you know that song from the 70s?
Oh, I know. It's just so funny. You're having my baby. You couldn't say that now. Wouldn't it be considered sexist?
Such a weird
Isn't she
song.
having a baby too?
Yeah, I mean, that song is so odd when he goes, hey, you didn't have to keep it. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? What did you just say?
We should maybe...
We should play that song and talk about it.
If we don't use this for this, we should use it for our next episode.
No, we'll put it on.
There's two like that. The other one is... No one knows what goes on behind closed doors. These are corny 80 anthems. So let's
talk
save
about
those for what we're doing.
Well,
later.
it made me think of Rosebud because Rosebud Baker is a very funny
Baker.
comic, and she just did a movie she just did a special where she's pregnant. And then she does part of the special.
Takes time off, has the baby, and mixes it all together called the Motherload, which has gotten great reviews and people love it.
Very interesting concept. Smart writer. She's a performer. She writes a lot for Update. We talked about that.
We talked all about. You're going to hear all about her SNL experience and what the specificity of being a writer for Update versus other things, and her career plans, and her child, and so. You should enjoy this one.
Yeah, very interesting. And it's good because not everyone knows her right now, but they will. So it's kind of fun to have ones like this where
we got her first.
We got her and just say, hey, here's why she's good.
Hi. How's it going?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
The last I saw Rosebud Baker was, if you remember this, one of the shows, either the Hunter Biden one or the 50th, in the hallway. And I think you were prepping some Update hallway stuff. Is that possible?
That's possible for sure. I mean, being at the show, it's like you're too tired to form new memories most of the time. So
new memories. Did you meet Dana during his Biden run?
We must have.
I did. Yes.
Did you come?
It's a pleasure to see you.
I can't, I'm still traumatized. I mean, I just was not, I'd been gone so long. I really feel for the writers coming in with a pencil, kind of, some of them really just drenched in sweat and just really nervous. And then it's like, could we do this or that? We have to wait till Lauren's here. Oh, okay. Tell Lauren. Or one time Lauren came by, could you change that Biden line? Not so much Fred Flintstone, something else. I said, sure. And then Allison Streeter and Kent came in. You talked to Lauren? What did he say? What did he say?
He hates it.
Anyway, the pressure is crazy. And I saw it, since I wasn't in as much, I saw the writers, what they do. So anyway, I'd like to know your stories about that time there on the 50th
You were
season.
so great. I have to tell you, like, we would be sitting, most of the time in Update, we barely see the show. I mean, I was on the sketch side for 3 years and then moved over to Update. And the way that it is so different. And I don't know any other writers. Yeah. I don't know any other writers that have done that have gone from the sketch to Update. But it's a completely different, it feels like I write at a different show for sure. I mean, with the exception of like, it's still the sleep deprivation and the stress and all of that, but it's
still gross.
Yeah. It's mostly because of the news, though, that you feel disgusting.
That's right. You got to get soaked in that news. You got to get in it.
Yeah, it's like training yourself to be like a sociopath or a psychopath because you just read these horrible, horrific headlines, and you're like, "What's funny?"
Hilarious about that.
Yeah.
And also, when you do Update, do you? I know some of these answers, but not all of them. Do you help put together the update pieces that come on from like a Sarah Sherman or whoever else? Or is that separately, like they just do them at read through and then you guys kind of chirp in of like which ones you like and do you help write?
Yeah, it depends. It depends on, I mean, they'll come in on Tuesdays sometimes and be like, we have this idea, and then we'll pitch on it with them. But usually they're writing it with one of the sketch writers. And then, but most of the time it's, actually, I wouldn't say most of the time, I'd say 50-50. Like sometimes they'll just show up, we'll see one at table, we'll be like, that's hilarious. And then we work the tables and we kind of punch things up here and there if it needs it.
Table
but
read.
For the most part, yeah. It's
the tables. Listen to this lingo, Dana.
The
stay
table.
close.
I know. Well, we got an insider here, man. We got.
I love it.
I think that the high for the writer is the ultimate mic drop is when you get it in, you get it on update or whatever. It's your line. You thought of it, or your little stanza, your bit. You love it. Maybe some people went, I don't know, and then it crushes. Because I see the writers afterwards were just so jazzed up. All the tension was released when the sketch, the cold opening was just what they had to deal with. Was like at midnight on Friday, it's nowhere. It's horrible. That's one we're running through for the audience listening. And it's nowhere. And then it's like,
and you go to bed and it's a disaster. And you wake up going, well, we've got about 12 hours to fix this.
So do you have some memorable ones there where you fucking landed it and you just, that release must be
I'll be honest with you. If I had any real home runs, I don't know if I'd be at update right now.
This sketch.
Go ahead. Because that's your wheelhouse or what?
Yeah, I think I'm more. It was like I knew by year 3. I was like, if I don't feel useful by now, I'm like, there's got to be a better place for me. And I just sort of was like, I came in as a stand-up. I wanted to learn how to write sketch. I genuinely don't. It's so different and so much harder for me to write sketch than it is to like punch up a sketch or be like second or third writer on something. So ultimately I was like, I really think I belong over on the update side. And that's, where they put me. And I was happy to move because genuinely I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I didn't know at all. I remember my first week going around to like Tucker's office and being like, is there like a book I can read about like how to write a sketch? Like I didn't know.
It's hard to get your hand held too. There's not, everyone's so busy. It's hard to do a class. It's like, hey, what's your sketch? It bombed. No. Great. You'll be gone soon. That's all. We don't need to worry about you.
Yes. Yeah.
But to get that lateral move, instead of just taking off the show, which could be easier, to let you come over because they must have seen something, and to go over and write jokes as update, even to me, is even more fun or interesting because it's just a different muscle, but it's great joke writing skills and all that stuff.
Well, let me insert this before you answer. It makes total sense to me because of your specials. These are A++ jokes, one after the other on both that I watched. So go ahead. It seems like a really good fit. And you've got Michael and you've got Colin, and they're kind of dicks. We understand that. But sorry, that was a joke. Too sweet for school.
I love it.
Go ahead.
No, thank you. Thanks for watching them, by the way. I appreciate it. And I feel like it's I'm happy that I do feel like I lucked out that they kept me on the show. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't think this would work. They had every reason to go, just beat it. You know what I mean? And I would have understood that because there were sketches that I thought were very funny that got on the show, but that they were not, once they got on the show, I was like, oh, okay. I see where I went wrong here. It wasn't.
But it's hard to get it all that way. It's hard to have it work read through, rehearsal, in front of the crew, in front of dress, and then work again on air. There's so many ways for it to go wrong.
There's so many ways for it to go wrong. I mean, really, it's like raising a kid or something. You're like, there's only so much I can do.
Great grades in school, and then right before college, they bomb out, and you're like, oh, we were doing so good. Yeah.
Well,
or
even
just
the
the
people
audience
who
is
do
tough, or just
sketch,
something.
it's nerve-wracking as hell, anytime, because I was in Murderer's Row, we were the Four Horsemen, and Maya would crush it, and Gaffigan, and Andy, and then I'm waiting. It was weird. And one of those like game shows, I'm just like, you're just sitting in a silo. You've got your, oh, come on, folks. I'm just waiting. How will I do? You're grading yourself. You're future tripping. You're not in the moment. You want to score. Don't try too hard, but be it's just like trying to catch the wind. Anyway, nerve-wracking on both sides.
You got it in a way that I've seen Biden impressions, and you got it in a way that I'd never seen it. I remember just watching it even without the sound, and you were going, and I was just like, God, he's fucking good. Like you like zeroed in on that thing. Yeah.
I'm not kidding around here. That was my favorite. By the end, it was like, I'm not kidding around here. I'm being serious. So it was a fun toy, and it's just like
so
stand up
funny.
when the audience starts to ride it, just like in stand up, and they're in your rhythm with you, and you're both enjoying it at the same moment. Nobody has the other voice talking. It's pure joy. That's what we're chasing.
That
right?
face, Dana, is like funny, offended and vacant. Hey,
I'm not kidding around here. I'm being serious. Come on.
You're like, he's not even thinking anything.
I remember seeing that face on the monitor from the update office and being like, oh my God, like, that's perfect.
And with the hair and makeup,
you made my day. You made my day because, I always have second thoughts months later. Was that any good, or what the fuck?
Oh my God. It was so good.
Thank you.
I mean, I get it. I get it. I think we're all just sort of mentally ill in that we're like plagued by self-doubt and stuff like that. But really
we're all
was
mentally ill. That's confirmed.
It's that's a pretty common denominator. You never want right before you go on, you're going to crush. You're going to crush. You always want to go, well, we'll see. I don't know. It could turn, it's a kiss of death to kind of go, we got this. And then you just pull up.
All
right. How about on update? When you're on update, are there, obviously it starts Sunday or Monday, it starts right after the last show. Like what's in this week's news? Are there joke counters? Do you look at the monitor and go, someone told me there was a talk show like Fallon where someone is like 1, 2. Okay, I got 3 on today. I got 3 on today. I'm sure people do it in their heads, but is it actively out there that people are like that one person gets more on?
No, thank God. Because I think they get tweaked,
right?
They get tweaked and they get changed, and like by the end of it, it's almost like you could have come up with a joke that got in the show, but then when you're sitting with the others and you're just like, they're pitching stuff on it. There was like, I think there was a joke this year that I had pitched about Paddington Bear. That Colin,
I like it.
It was about how I felt like Paddington Bear should be executed. And I was like,
common thought.
Paddington Bear. I was like, well, he ruins apartments, and that I just think he's a menace, and I don't think he belongs in someone's home. So anyway, I pitched. It was like some sort of crazy overreaction to Paddington Bear, and everybody sort of latched onto it. And by showtime, it was this long bit that was like a built out bit, like a chunk that Colin did that everybody was throwing stuff in on. And it was just for no reason, just like,
and it was about a Labubu at that point.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I've seen those, but even single jokes, Michael might put a spin on, like when you do monologue jokes, something, if you get someone close enough, that's value also. I used to do jokes at Lights Out show. They can write me a joke that's close enough to my voice. I can run with it. And that's a value, even though it's not the exact same joke.
I just want to say that Paddington Bear is funny. Because it's not iconic. The way he dresses is funny. It's not like Barney or something, but everyone knows it when you hear it. And this is just a little insert for me. Maybe in the early 90s, there was this sketch where I, as Tony Montana, Scarface, Al Pacino, got to say Paddington Bear several times. And so with that, Paddington Bear. What are you doing with a Paddington Bear? So it triggered me. I didn't want to override that.
It sounds funny. It looks funny.
What the fuck with a Paddington Bear is such a perfect for that. But I wanted to ask this of you, and you can say whatever you want to say. But it seems like I'm watching your specials, watching you here, photogenic, on and on.
Thank you.
That if you should be on Update, either in a segment or if anyone ever decides to retire. Have you ever thought of that? Because it seems like you got all the skill set to do that. You don't have to say, yeah, I want Michael and Colin out.
Or do you pitch yourself doing Update? Are you allowed to?
I don't know. I don't know if that's like, there was one moment, I think it was like 2 years ago, where there was like an IVF story, and I had worked on all this bit, that was like about IVF. And I was like, I thought about pitching a feature because it made sense in that 1 week, that I was like, oh, okay, I could do something with this. I have material on this. But it was like right as I was getting up the courage to like talk to somebody about it, it was like Colin had written something, and I was like, oh, okay, never mind. So,
right.
I think there's like, I don't know. I'm like, Colin and Che are so funny that I feel like they've almost ruined it for whoever's comes next. I'm like, they're so good. And, I don't know. I'm like, would it be cool? Absolutely. But I don't know if it's like, I don't know
just
or what's happening.
A bit. Yeah. Like at IVF for 1 week, I would imagine would be good, but I know being a writer there, and it isn't always 1000% welcome, at least by someone somewhere. Wouldn't love it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And you go, some people would be like, that's fucking awesome. We need it. Get out there. And you're already a stand-up. It's not crazy. And
wait a minute, David.
Going, I just think it's a little weird that she.
David, are you suggesting? Well, I just want to clarify this. Are you suggesting that there's a political environment to the SNL experience? That politics come in play.
Everyone's pulling for everyone. I know. Yeah, it is. It is overall a great experience.
But I do, to your point with Michael and Colin, I don't think we'll see this again for a while because their relationship and the boundaries they can cross because of for the reasons are obvious, and stuff they can go at. When they were on this podcast, when I told them, I said, you guys are in the Hall of Fame. I mean, I was just talking about Dennis Miller and obviously Tina and Jimmy, whatever. Just you guys are up there now. You're in Mount Rushmore. They were kind of like, thank you. I don't think
and some people don't know anything else. I mean, they've had a long run where people that just sort of tune in here and there, and they go, those are the Update guys. You've mentioned Bill Murray or Chevy Chase. They're like, huh? So we remember, but not, it's like everything. You go, some people said, I go back to your career all the way back to Grown Ups. I'm like, that's how far back? That was like newer. But they're like, well, you're old. So I don't know. Like, you did other shit. I don't care. I don't know, and I don't care.
I started in '86, so I'm disappointed when people go, "Oh, you were here in '86." Yeah, do the math.
Yes.
Would you like to talk about your special a little bit, or your tour, or where would you like to go?
Listen, there's a lot we could talk about here. I guess my special, we could talk about that. It's up to you guys. It's your podcast. You know what I mean? It's really
goes.
Up to
we
you.
want to make sure you get something covered here because we get all our interesting chatter, but you also have some business.
Well, I definitely, I had my special come out. I was literally just talking to another comic about their Netflix special, and they were like freaking out. It's like the week that it's when your special first comes out, you're like freaking out, and you're just, I was telling this comic, I was like, oh yeah, I just wanted everybody, I wanted to move to the woods. I was like, I just wanted to walk into the woods and live there for the rest of my life. It's like, and then some months goes by and it starts getting some play and you're like, okay, thank God. Like this wasn't, for nothing. You're always scared it's going to be for nothing. But, I'm really happy with it so far. It feels like, when you make something, you're like, well, that feels like me,
Yeah.
It's like that feels like
that's a good representation. And
for people, don't know. Let's explain what's unique about it. But go ahead, David.
I was going to say, do you think a special in this day and age, what about it sells tickets? Because that's sort of the idea, is to sell tickets on the road and also gain awareness. But is it the special itself, or is it clips from the special, or is it long? Does it take like a year for it to sink in and people to start to see, oh, I saw this on this, I saw a little piece here. And then that's the value, right? That's, you want to do a special. It's
Yeah. I don't even know anymore, man. I'm like, I really feel like I don't even know. You pull one out and ultimately you want to make something that is seen within the context of an hour. You want it to be seen as a whole. And that's how comedy should be watched.
Sure.
That's how it's meant to be watched. Unfortunately, now people watch it in like 30-second, 1-minute clips. And if they like those 30-second, 1-minute clips, they might go watch the whole thing.
3 minutes of your show, yeah.
You know,
they might go watch a full 5 minutes and inch their way up to an hour. Yeah, I mean, some people tell me when I just did mine, they go, it's still an honor. I mean, I'm not negating anything you're doing. Of course, obviously, everybody wants a special. It's such a big deal, and Netflix is a big deal. And they get out there and you see a billboard. It's really, really fun and relevant, all the great stuff you want. But you also say, okay, what are they actually seeing? Are they seeing, like, don't put this in your act, because when you go on the road, you're in your head, you're like, everyone in the audience has seen 100% of every special. And they're like, no, I saw 2 clips on TikTok. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. No, I mean, literally you could tour with the same hour, you know, like in the 80s, they would tour with the same hour for like 3, 4, 5 years. And you could do that again. You could do that now and it wouldn't, there's no problem.
Years,
no one's seen it.
I open for guys, and every time I saw them every year, not a word different.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, ultimately you want to keep writing, you want to keep doing, and I'm the idiot who goes up there with brand new stuff and is like kind of struggling, and then people get like pissed, you know? And I'm like, well, I got to try new things. I want to put out a new hour. But it is nice to know that the pressure's off a little bit, to like, you don't have to do 100% new. You can do some stuff from the special.
I agree. You want some stuff to kill for sure. You owe them that. And you want some stuff that's a little different for those people that are like comedy files that are like, I must have. I got something on Instagram the other night that goes, I saw you at the Comedy Store the other night. Funny, but a little off. Wasn't your best night. I'm like, I'm trying stuff. I have to. Where can I try it? I have to. I even know when I get off, it wasn't great. But there's something fun. Even Dana will agree. When you watch someone, it's fun to watch them bomb too. You go, whoa, where was that one going? Like you go, oh shit. But it's a different thing to see.
I had a show in there was a show in Dallas like 3 years ago or something, 2 years ago, I don't remember. I was there in Dallas, and a guy took a picture of me and posted, I just saw Rosebud Baker. I think she was tired.
I get that too.
But I had fully bombed. It was like it was a bomb. It was just a bomb night. I remember there was like a heckler in the front they wouldn't get rid of. And the whole time I was like, well, I can't do it. You know what I mean? I'm like, the ship's going down and we're just all going to go down together.
But that guy kind of covered for you. Instead of saying you fully drowned completely, he was like, she was a little tired, I think. Instead of going, my people go, it was fucking horrible.
I know. I'm like, but that's almost better than them feeling bad for you.
She shouldn't do this. It's hard on her.
There's I guess it's a trope. It's kind of funny, but they would maybe say about you, which I just want to talk about this special and the way you just stand up. Yeah. She doesn't pull any punches. Like you, I feel like you are so connected to your material that I've seen, and you can see where it's too burnt out or the comedian's not quite in their eyes, right? Really connected or whatever. I've done a couple like that. But for this one, it was so personal, literally, for people who don't know. Explain the conceit of the Motherload. It's on Netflix right now.
Yeah, it was essentially, so the whole thing is shot over 2 years. 1 year where I was about 9 months pregnant or 8 months pregnant. And then exactly 1 year later after my kid had been born. And I had this crazy experience with trying to get pregnant. First, I didn't want kids. Then I got pregnant by accident. Then I had a miscarriage. Then I was like, well, do I want kids? And then I did like IVF, and then I got pregnant without IVF. And so the whole journey to it was so crazy and all over the place that I was like, there's so much experience packed into that I was like, it doesn't really make sense to shoot the special until the kid's been born and I can let them know what it's like as a mom. Because I'm like, ultimately, I really wasn't sure about kids or not, and I wanted there to be something to watch where I was like, what is it like really? Like, what does it feel like? And because I was really curious about the postpartum shit and all of that. So I shot both, and the material cuts back and forth between. So some of the jokes that I wrote while I was pregnant, I expanded on after I'd had a kid. There were jokes that I liked better, that I had written before, that I liked better from the perspective of having had a kid. And then there were certain ones that I was like, no, you got to cut back for that. So the whole thing is like, editing wise was obviously a challenge, but I really enjoyed kind of reporting from behind enemy lines, you know what I mean? And just telling jokes about what it really feels like, because I was somebody that was so confused about the deciding to be a parent, especially as a woman in comedy. You're just like, is everyone going to think I disappeared? Is everyone going to think I died? Like, you know, am I going to be written off? Luckily, I think in a way I wrote this special kind of out of a feeling of like self-consciousness, or being afraid that if I didn't, I would just stop or something. I didn't know what was going to happen afterwards. So, there's a lot. It's definitely personal. I was up there fighting for my life for sure. I was like,
was there any postpartum where you say like, was there parts where you say, this is how I feel about to have a baby. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. And then now you get to say, some is beautiful, some is tougher than I thought, some is easier than I thought.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to talk about like what it felt like to go back to work, you know, what it feels like to go back to work, and how
to go away from your kid and be separated.
Yeah. And well, no, just to be back at work and to want to be treated the same way.
Okay.
As like a working member of society, you know, but like also having just had a kid and being like, I'm kind of an open wound right now, but I'm capable and I can be here, you know. And you go from feeling like cool and sexy and working at SNL to being like the most unfuckable, just like uncreative human, and you're like surrounded by cool, young, rich people, and you're like, shit, you know, like,
I know.
and you just feel like you got to compete in that. So there was a lot of
that way
those
at
feelings.
Restaurants.
I don't even know what that means. But
I'm unfuckable and uncool, and everyone's cool around me.
You're in the corner nursing a cocktail. You know,
is SNL still Rosebud Baker? Is it still 24 hours a day you have to be there, or can you come in late, or do they do jokes from home and you write them and send them in, and or is it really
still, I mean, for me, I gotta be there. I gotta be there. Like personally, I don't want to be writing jokes from my house.
It's kind of fun to be there. I think that's a new world of people that are buying into this. But as hard as SNL was, you wish you weren't there, but you have to sort of be there all the time to be involved in jokes that like organically are coming up, or sketches, or interacting with everyone. And it's all important to me. It feels like it was all important.
I want to be there because I want to remember like who I am, you know. It's also like, it's this feeling of like, you know, when you're a creative person, you got to be got to be surrounded by creative people, and to stay in touch with that, and to kind of be in the mix. And, I think COVID kind of did a number of on all of our brains, making us think that, it's possible to work from home, so we should. And I don't know. I don't think that really works in a creative setting.
I never thought it wouldn't
Especially
come
not
back.
us
Like,
now.
I thought people would want to come back. Not want to come back. Some jobs obviously are fucking horrible, but the creative, you're right. Everyone around us there, when I was there, I got Dana, I got everyone. Like, I could say, Dana, can I grab you for 1 second and pick your brain? And the fact that you have that, the value of like, oh my God, I have all these like superstars around me that you're just, and writing geniuses to go, can I just talk to you for a second about this? And maybe they can crack a code for me or something I'm trying to figure out. Is great because everybody's good.
I know. And the other thing is that I really love about it is it kind of feels like you went to college at the same place as some of your favorite people, like that.
Oh yeah.
Like I get to talk to you guys, you know what I mean? Or I get to talk to people that I wouldn't necessarily like, I don't know, maybe my career we would have crossed paths. I mean, but I don't know. It's just this special kind of bond that you have with people that have like worked at SNL, and you go, okay, so you get it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like you understand.
Yeah. So running down the hallway, 8H, the grease paint, the smell, the roar of the crowd. It's identical. Yeah. And Lorne Michaels is still there. So I do think, do you find it's kind of fun if you're in a writer's room, it's someone else's idea and sketch and everyone's bouncing around. It seems more relaxing to kind of punch up someone else's sketch in a way, like, oh, how about this? Yeah. How about that? And the other fun part I've found is like, I'd be in the chair getting the Biden thing on, and we're just right almost going live television, and Allison and Kent and Streeter would be there. And then we'd go round and round, and we always completely agreed when we got it. Oh, it's that.
Yeah.
There was usually all the writers go, oh, we got it now. So this is fantastic. So to your experience, you had all those kinds of experiences, I assume.
Yeah, it's very much like that kind of feeling of like when something just when something fits. It's like Tetris or something, like you go, oh yeah, that goes there. That's absolutely, there's nowhere else for that to go but there.
I think when I did one of those shows, go ahead, Rose. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying when I popped out, I think it was maybe that Hunter Biden week when I popped out and I just looked down the hallway from that dressing room because I was over there with Dana. And I think I saw you in the hallway with Che and that you were doing cue cards in the hallway because Update was coming up. Is that kind of where you guys do it over by cue cards where they write them and you're just kind of cramming and just doing like maybe a last thing before? Is that what that is?
Yeah. Yeah. So
it was cool, whatever it was.
Generally speaking, it was, so we'll go through cue cards. Colin will read jokes. It's in that hallways where Colin reads them. And then Che's under the bleachers.
Okay.
Usually there's more of the writers are out by Colin because Colin wants to change things a little more, like right up until the last minute. There's might be little words that he wants to change. Che is pretty much like, he knows what he wants to do. By the time he's under the bleachers, he's like, we're doing it,
Okay.
So we tend to like be right out in that hallway, just running things like, and making little tweaks and changes and little words here and there,
Smooth
or he'll be like,
out.
can you put a period there,
Yeah. Those things matter because you, like Dana knows, you trust the card. So once you're out there and you're on a card, it's hard to edit while you're talking. So it's like, I'm saying what's on this card. We already went over it. So I trust Wally did it. Everyone did it right because if it's the wrong one or if it's in the wrong place, that buys you time and that stutter step will kind of ruin the momentum. There's little things. You got to have it like.
I'm always curious as cast members, like how, because there's some people you can tell it's harder for them to lean on the cards, to like take their eyes off. They just rely more on their own memory and it always kind of backfires.
It's so like, true. That's like a host.
Yeah. It's like, just read what's on the card. And I'm always wondering, because I've never been in that position. It's so easy to be like, just read the card. But how
it goes against every instinct.
Yeah.
Because you want to act with Dana. Like I want to look at Dana. And if you're looking a little to the side of Dana, you also want to go, hey, like I want to scoop up the lines and then say them to Dana, but you're supposed to just act like this is Dana here. And people will believe that until you look over like this and go back and they go, oh wait, where are they? What's he looking at? You know, it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many metrics to this. You know, one thing I was thinking about was just if it's getting too late, but you know that your little piece is the rhythm is not right. So it drives you a little crazy. It's off by a couple syllables, but it's too late. So that's one thing that's very frustrating. So I think that me coming from the 80s, I didn't feel like it was a career move. Like, I've got to score. But you still want to just do the best you can. And a lot of it is the mindfuck of like, have a sense of playfulness. Doesn't mean you're sabotaging anybody or going off the script, but a sense of being playful when the camera's there, being alive in the frame, you know, not locked on the cards, not scared. And so it's a great place to get to, but it's nerve-wracking as hell, like I said. So
yeah.
I mean,
it just seems like some people have got it and some people are like, I can't, you know, like, it's tough. The amount of times that
I'm never going
just
back.
read the card.
Like, I think Dana likes to ad-lib.
By this interview.
The hardest part about ad-libbing is if it affects the next card or the next actor, because if you don't give them their feed line, then they're thrown, and you don't want to do that. But you also go, shit, I could go on a run right here. It's something you just think of that second and go, the crowd's right here. This would work. And if like Dana's doing Biden directly to camera, he can just go off, you know.
Yeah.
But if someone's waiting for their line, it's like, that's the
Well,
hard
I would have
part.
loved to have done Biden in one. It wasn't the Dana Carvey show,
An
but
update
Biden
or
in
something.
one for like 5 minutes. But when I was doing George Bush Sr., going way back, but I was first time I didn't have any bandmates with me. It was just me with the cards. And I was getting so into it toward the end that I just said to myself that the cue cards are suggestions. I still did them, but I said they're just suggestions because if the audience is going to go for something, I'm going to ride that wave because it was just got to do it, all that stuff. But by the way, this is just an interesting fun fact about you. Your grandfather was James Baker. Third.
You don't know this, but your grandfather,
the guy who behind the throne, the guy that everyone in that era that your grandfather came up is like. That was the guy that was kind of the president, or like he was so respected between the Reagan administration and George Bush Sr. that I met him at one of the events.
You did.
Isn't that funny? Dana met him.
Well, I had to go down because they said they wanted me to perform in the East Wing. This is after Bush lost the election, and he invited me to come out.
Fun crowd.
Cheer up the troops.
Just
and
lost.
so I thought I'd go.
Seems like a win-win.
You guys will love this. I thought he'd go, well, you do 10 minutes, then bring me up. He goes, you'll do 45. 45 with his staff. It would have to be all about him for 45. This is like 20. And I saw your grandfather over there and he just kind of smiled and he's looking around, you know, it's like 45 minutes of nah.
They don't know how long that is. Da ba boo boo.
But then here's the other one about your grandfather. I've never said this. It's not dramatic, but it's just, so I'm having dinner with the president, Barbara, my wife and I were having dinner. There's a phone there and something's going on in Somalia. And he goes, well, I got to go talk to James. And I go, at this point, he transitioned into being the Secretary of State into being Chief of Staff. So he was Chief of Staff. And I said to Barbara Bush, I go, why is he talking to James Baker? And he goes, well, you know, once a Secretary of State, always a Secretary of State, even though he was Chief of Staff. That's all I got. Sorry, we can edit that out.
You know, they were like tennis partners. And sometimes I love the fact that they would like chat like girlfriends on the phone. Like they were kind of just like gossip buddies, you know?
Right.
Like,
yeah, I could see that.
It can't all be
shit
super
about
serious.
Somalia together on the phone.
Love Island, Somalia.
They break it all down and behind the scenes, you know. It's all like, well, that guy's he's kind of a shit, you know, or whatever it is, you know. They're just seeing
I have to talk to this prick.
Everybody's a high school senior. That's why I say people are intimidated by politicians or anybody. Everyone is recent high school senior.
Yeah.
Basically.
I think that's also why I like, you know, people, my first year at SNL. I remember people coming up and being like, "Are you okay? Are you good? Is everything okay?" They only ask you your first week, because after that nobody cares and no one's going to ask you.
No.
Everyone in the building will ask you how you're doing your first week, because you'll never hear it again. No one ever again will be like,
So
"How are you feeling?" So I remember people coming up and being like, "Are you nervous? Are you okay? Are you good?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I was like raised by war criminals. I think I got this. I'm fine."
Oh, that's your next
great.
special, Raised by War Criminals.
Yeah, it's like, doesn't scare me.
By the way, I was going on Fallon, and I think people don't realize that to change gears, and I think we've all been in this position, I'm backstage and something happens and I get a call and there's a huge argument and some bad news. And they're like, "You're up after this commercial." I'm like, "Oh, I'm up right now." And I'm so mad. I'm behind the curtain going, because you have to flip in 30 seconds. They're coming back. The guy's like, 30 seconds. I'm like, I'm so mad. I cannot walk out there. And people forget that you do have normal things in life and you got to come out and be like, yada, da, 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 da. And
yeah.
It took a second for me to honestly even walk out like almost mad and shake his hand and give him a little push and go, "Fuck, let's do this." It was almost like that. And then, of course, he's in a great mood. Of course, the crowd is great. And you can change up. But in your head, you're like, that one was almost too fast for me to switch. It was very, we've all been in that spot.
But a lot of times if you must have had horrible experiences where something happened. I bit my tongue and I was bleeding. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shenanigans. So you must deal with that all the time. Or you get a call and maybe it's your husband or the nanny and something happened. Not whoa, shit, we'll do this. And then you got to be on.
Ordinarily, though, I really thrive in those moments. Like, I was like, I really enjoy like a piece of dark news and then having to perform with like while working on that. You know what I mean? It's just a fun,
it
like
wakes you up kind of,
Yeah, you're woken up and there's something just universally ironic. You're living in the irony of just being alive, right? And so that's just funny automatically, because it's like, here we are, we think life's so great, everything's so good, and then you get a piece of news and it's like you know what I mean? It's like it's the universal stepping on a rake and then having to like keep going.
And then you gotta go, "Hey, dogs are funny. Do you ever notice dogs?" And everyone's like, "I have a dog." And you're like, but in your head, you're like, "Oh my God."
A really good set in the early days. I noticed when I had strep throat or whatever the fuck it was, doing so much stand up, and I gotta go up, and I'm really sick. So there was no pressure. It was like, I can just get through this. And then usually those are really good sets. There's something to learn from that, kind of sort of like what you were saying. Like when you this is just ridiculous what I'm doing. Don't take it too seriously.
Right. Yeah, and it makes me think of that that it was like a famous set that Tig Notaro did when she was like, hi, I have cancer, Yeah. And it's like that's like a perfect comedy. That's a perfect comedy set,
Yes.
So,
yes, in its own weird way. That just releases so much whatever energy or any anticipation. It's like, what? I mean, the audience has to wake up too,
Right. It's like, well, I'm processing it, so you should so you know what I mean? It's like, let's all just process this together, I guess.
I'm going to do the thing where you step on a rake.
Yeah.
It's not
step on a rake, slip on a banana peel. Step in a bucket.
I've said this before. You might find it
Your
interesting.
eyes come popping.
Stephen Colbert. He does a great Scooby-Doo. Stephen Colbert said to me that right before he goes out every night, even recently, that he slaps himself so hard. He wants to worry that, did I do it too hard this time? Right before he goes out. He wants to have that stress of like, maybe I bruised myself. Or maybe I really hurt myself. Just whack, and then he would go out, So we all have
Is that every night?
Is that when he goes out to dinner or when he goes to his show?
That's unless he stopped doing it. He says every single night. And then coincidentally, I told that story to Lauren. He goes, I do the same thing.
I pinch my nipples.
Marcy, please.
Ryan Shiraki.
Did you end up having
let me see.
Get your last question in.
No, what's my last question? I'm having a nice time with Rose. You ask her one more thing. We'll let her go.
Let's see. Well, you want to just tell people you're out there a little bit. You're not on a massive tour, but you're going to Dublin, Ireland. You're going to.
I'm doing a Dublin. Yeah, I'm doing Dublin. And then I'm coming back to the States. I'm doing Westchester or Westport, Connecticut. One of those.
Very fair.
Anyway,
what's that one I did?
Westchester or Westport.
I think it's Westchester. But
West
anyway,
Indies.
all of my tour dates are like on my website at rosebudbaker.com.
Yeah, and you're playing the Punchline, the original comedy club in the San Francisco comedy scene. That was the first time there was an actual dedicated comedy club in San Francisco, in like 78, 79.
Is that true? That came before Comedy Magic?
Well, just that's down in Hermosa Beach, but in San Francisco scene, it was all just bars.
What about Cobb's?
Music clubs? Cobb's was after Punchline.
Cobb's
Punchline was
later,
first.
Yeah.
What about Stand-Up Cafe or whatever you call it?
The other cafe.
Comedy Cafe. Other cafe. Well, Rosebud, thank you, and you have a fun name. It's fun to talk to you. It's very showbiz good name.
The Motherload. I went on Reddit and it's just like 5 stars. People are coming on to it.
Good, and that's where they say the worst things. So I appreciate
those are the haters. Yeah,
I'm glad you went to the haters first, just to make sure.
Yeah, because I wanted to get because I'm still competitive at this age, and I still want to go. What the fuck are they saying about her? Man?
Yeah.
She ain't good.
God damn it. But anyway, you got it all going on. Just have fun.
Everything.
I don't know. I don't have any words of wisdom. It's been a pleasure. If I end up out there and you're out there. Please come and say hello during all the madness.
I would love to. Thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
I'm not going to say anything about the episode except these were my notes.
Done. Yeah, you got to everything. We dug deep. No one expects anything from this podcast. That's the best part. Okay, go Rose. She's leaving. All right, that was RBB.
That was fun. We were just she was still on there now. She left. Okay. That was Rosebud Baker. Really got to know her.
Mm-hmm. Lots of fun. We learned a lot about Update, which people are very curious about. Weekend Update is a huge part of that show.
Mm-hmm.
Colin and Michael do a great job, and she helps write, put it up there, and that's really fun. It was fun for me to see it from a different perspective when I was there. You were there. And then when people come on and do Update, that's a whole nother interesting world of writing your own bit to go on Update. Who cuts, how many they cut. It's all scary.
Yeah. And you can tell that there is you have to have really good people skills. So meeting her and her whole vibe and how copacetic she was and smart, that of course she fits in.
It's just it's a tough place. We always say it too much, but it's also a lot of fun, and it sounds like she's having a good time, and it's fun to be a valuable part of all that. And then she's also got her kids, she's got her stand-up, she's got a lot of things going right now.
Well, it's interesting to me after we've done that was our 12th podcast, I think, as Fly on the Wall. But I never get tired of the human experience of someone saying what they're feeling about going through that. I still find it really interesting because it's her own personal story around all the different things, and everyone's has a slightly different take on it.
Sure, that's true. It's a little different. We relate to her in a lot of it, but she's got her own life and different things. So different things are stress to her. Different things are more valuable and fun. And I liked hearing about what is the week like, because I'm so wrong on a lot of stuff now because read-throughs move. There's different things. What's the work week like? And who adds what, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's identical, and yet it's slightly different, But it's only been 50 years. But anyway, that was very, very interesting.
I liked her. I'm glad we got to know her because I did not really know her at all. I just said hi to her at the show. And she turned out to be a blast. So hope you guys liked it. We'll see you next time. Hey guys, if you're loving this podcast, which you are, be sure to click follow on your favorite podcast app. Give us a review, 5-star rating, and maybe even share an episode that you've loved with a friend.
If you're watching this episode on YouTube, please subscribe. We're on video now.
Fly on the Wall is presented by Odyssey and executive produced by Danny Carvey and David Spade, Heather Santoro and Greg Holtzman, Maddie Sprung-Kaiser, and Leah Reese-Dennis of Odyssey.
Our senior producer is Greg Holtzman, and the show is produced and edited by Phil Sweettech.
Booking by Cultivated Entertainment.
Special thanks to Patrick Fogarty, Evan Cox, Maura Curran, Melissa Wester, Hillary Schuff, Eric Donnelly, Colin Gaynor, Sean Cherry, Kurt Courtney, and Lauren Vieira.
Reach out with us any questions to be asked and answered on the show. You can email us at flyonthewall@odyssey.com. That's AUDACY.com.